My name is Anna Cuspetis, and these are my thoughts on the dispositions of teaching. The first few that I believe I possess and hold are as follows. The first one being that all students can learn no matter what. That's something I hold very true and dear. The second one is the idea of being fully committed and passionate to teaching and to the world of education. The third one is possessing integrity and professionalism, along with ethical behaviors. And the fourth one is creating a good environment for students and for other people that I work with. That would be through being friendly, caring, and treating others kindly and having a good and positive attitude. The idea that all students can learn has been part of my teaching philosophy since high school. I have seen firsthand the impact a teacher can have when she simply believes in her students. I'm fully committed to not just teaching, but to the education field as a whole. I'm committed and passionate about making the education system better. This also means being committed to continuous lifelong learning. Professionalism and integrity have never been difficult aspects for me. I hold myself to very high standards and expectations in and out of the workplace. During my first year teaching, I realized the important role ethics plays in a school environment. I was placed in some challenging situations and had to make some tough choices for my students. But through those tough moments, I realized that the decisions I make will always be to benefit my students no matter what the circumstance. Lastly, for teachers, it can sometimes be difficult to keep a good, positive, warm attitude, especially when you've had a tough day. Um, I do believe I possess this particular disposition because I don't allow my current circumstances to dictate my outward attitude and behavior. Some dispositions I currently need to work on include self-reflection, continuously promoting curiosity and creativity in the classroom, and community involvement. I strongly believe in self-reflection. I believe that it's important for teachers to self-reflect, but I don't feel like I do it as much as I should. My first year teaching, I actually kept a little journal that I would kind of write things that happened during the day, different challenges that I had gone through, different tools, techniques, and strategies that I had used that had worked or hadn't worked. And actually, I often go back to this journal, and it sometimes helps me in my current situations. But it's also a great way to look back and see what challenges I have overcome as an educator. And maybe what challenges I still need to work on and improve on. And so I think reflecting is so important for teachers because you get to look back and say, hey, I've actually grown in this area so much more than I thought I did. So it really does help us improve, and it helps us keep a record of what we've gone through, as well as different techniques that have helped us in the past. I am a very type A personality. I love to-do lists. I love getting things done and checking them off, and finishing things up. But this isn't the best thing for teaching, actually, contrary to popular belief, because it can often feel rushed to students. We want students to get the most out of what we're teaching them, and by rushing through a curriculum, that's not really promoting creativity, and it's not giving them the chance to explore what they're actually learning. I don't want to stifle their curiosity just to simply get through a curriculum or a bunch of standards. I actually want to teach them so that way they can want to learn more. Community involvement is actually something I have learned a lot about through this course. I always knew it was important, but I didn't know the actual impact it could have on a community, and I didn't understand how to implement it in my own life. It's something I'm still learning about and still working on. But I look forward to seeing how I can improve and how I can make a difference in my community and the future communities I might work in. A professional educator from the outside is somebody who is dressed appropriately and holds herself with confidence. She can usually be seen helping and supporting the people around her, including people that she works with and her students. Um, the characteristics of an ideal educator include the ability to stay calm during tough and challenging situations, the ability to see the potential in students and the potential in herself, um, the ability to hold herself and her students to high expectations. And finally, this teacher is somebody who exudes a passion and a love for teaching, and a love for her profession, a love for her students and her community.